Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Music Den. I'm, of course, your host, Armando Venditti. Hoping you guys are having a good Wednesday. In this episode of the Music Den, I'm going to be doing another new album review. This is on an album that came out just this past Friday, December the 1st. I just heard about it this morning from watching another YouTube channel, and I listened to the album a couple of times on YouTube. You can stream it. And after listening to it, I felt that I wanted to do a review of it on it because it is a fantastic album. The album is from Rik Emmett, and it's called Then Again. If you're from Canada and also from the US, you know who Rik Emmett is. Guitar virtuoso, ex-member of Triumph, guitarist, one of the lead vocalists of Triumph. A bit about Triumph. Triumph were a Canadian rock band trio from Toronto, consisting of Rik Emmett on lead vocals, guitars, instruments, Gilmore on lead vocals, drums, percussion, and Mike Levine on bass, keyboards, and backing vocals live. Prior to Triumph forming in 1975, Gilmore and Mike Levine were in another four-piece band called Abernathy Shagmaster. Cute name, right? They were a four-piece consisting of Gilmore, Mike Levine, Fred Keeler, and Peter Young. Fred Keeler on guitars and Peter Young on organ. They released one single after signing with Attic Records called Hobo. Keeler and Young left the band. So basically, Gilmore and Mike Levine found Rik Emmett performing with another group that he was in called Act 3. Rik Emmett agreed to join the band once the band's name was changed to Triumph. They released their debut album on Attic Records in 1976. They played their first gig as Triumph at Simcoe High School in September of 75. They released a string of albums under the name Triumph from 76 through to 87. They did sign a deal in the US with RCA. RCA, in the beginning of their association with Triumph, promoted them pretty heavily. And they were well known and pretty much well known in the US. Their deal with RCA or association with RCA soured going into the around 1983. Rik Emmett did leave the band in 1988 due to mounting tensions, creative tensions within the band. Rik Emmett has said in interviews that it was put to him on his shoulders that he should be writing the radio-friendly rock hits they had. They've had a bunch of hit songs, Never Surrender, Hold On, Till the Lights Come Down, Magic Power, Fight the Good Fight, Lay It on the Line. Fantastic heavy and that anthemic rock tracks. They are revered, they are respected. As much as you can talk about Rush and and how much they were a mainstay on the Canadian rock scene, Triumph were just as much of a mainstay in the Canadian rock scene, along with Max Webster and Saga. There are a bunch of Canadian rock bands, and April Wine. This album, Then Again, was originally released in 2012, consisting of 10 tracks. This reissue has 2 additional tracks, making the entire album track listing up to 12 tracks. It is an amazing piece of work. What he has done, Rik Emmett, along with Dave Dunlop. Dave Dunlop also produced the album, engineered, mixed the album, plays also accompanying acoustic guitars and keyboards. He was he's a touring member of Rik Emmett's band when he tours or when he toured. He has not toured since 2019. He's basically retired. Dave Dunlop also was a touring member of Triumph. Together with Dave Dunlop, Rik Emmett has taken these 12 tracks and has basically stripped them down to pretty much 2 acoustic guitars and a keyboard. And I would say sounds like Mellotron, you know. But the fact that he has stripped these down to, I don't want to say reduced, but stripped these tracks down to the 2 acoustic guitars and him on vocals and David Dunlop on backup vocals, does not diminish the recordings at all. He basically has reconstructed them, and even though they are basically stripped down versions of the tracks, has turned them into lush, atmospheric reproductions of some classic tracks. On this album, you have Never Surrender, from the album Never Surrender, from 83, Ordinary Man. Fantastic. One of 3 instrumentals comes up next, Midsummer Daydream. Beautiful, beautiful. And if it is possible to shred on an acoustic guitar, Rik Emmett follows through, and so does Dave Dunlop. Bloody amazing. I don't want to swear, but bloody amazing. What's next? Magic Power, a beautiful version of Magic Power. Fight the Good Fight. The second of the 3 instrumentals, Petit et Tout, comes next, clocking in at 1 minute and 50 seconds. Triumph, when they did their albums, they always tried to include a little acoustic interlude or intro to their songs, just sort of like an acoustic little musical passage, whether it was in between tracks as a segue or as an intro for the first or the second side. Beautifully done, masterfully done, amazing. Next up after Petit Etude is Lay It On the Line. Beautiful. And for those who think that, Rik Emmett, in the 70s, that he cannot hit the notes, forget it. As much as I love Rush and Geddy Lee was having issues on the Clockwork Angels album for hitting the high notes. Rik Emmett does not have that issue. He is able to do harmony with himself, triple track his vocals if he wants to, even quadruple track. He can hit the high octaves like no one's business, and he does. He does. He delivers a punch and a flair and a texture vocally to these songs that, to me, are sublime. Okay. After Lay It On the Line is the 3rd and final instrumental called Fantasy Serenade. Beautiful, just beautiful. Hold On is next. Next one is a track called Suitcase Blues that was originally released on Triumph's Just a Game album from 1979. Amazing, just beautiful. After that is you have the first of the 2 bonus tracks, Blinding Light Show, which was a song that Rik Emmett said he originally written when he was in Act 3. He took the track with him when he joined Triumph, and they recorded a version of it. Track 12 is a kind of like a 3-song medley suite, and it's done live. And he introduces this track, and he's telling everybody that, okay, we're going to sing this part, you guys sing that part, and we're going to come together, and we're going to have fun. Okay. It's a 3-track mini medley, starting off with Somebody's Out There. Beautiful from 86. Sport of Kings. Next up is 24 Hours a Day, which starts off the debut album, and the final track in the medley is called Say Goodbye. And at this point, he has the audience sing the call and response portions of the track. You can tell that during the recording of this album, they were having fun. It was basically two musicians in the studio that respected one another, that loved one another, and they just wanted to have some fun and just add a new twist to these already well-known classic tracks. So please check this out. It is released through Deco, DEKO Music. It was released again on December the 1st. You can get it on Amazon for like $25.99. You can get it on Discogs. You can also probably get it on eBay. You can also stream it on YouTube. Please check this album out. You will not be disappointed. I wasn't. Okay? Which is why I'm doing this video. I do believe that this album deserves to be spoken about and to be advertised and rejoiced. It's a fantastic album. It is beautiful. So please check it out. That's it for now. Coming up on the channel, I'm going to be doing an episode with Bill Schuster on Friday on New Music Discovery. We're going to flip the script. I've given him a group that he is going to discover. He's listened to the first two albums of the Tea Party. I've mentioned the Tea Party before quite a few times. So he's listened to the albums and he's going to give me his take on what he thinks of the first two albums. So that's coming up. And I am also diving into the Black Sabbath catalog. Only one coffee today, guys. Sorry. And I'm going to, along with Bill Schuster, his son Neil, Ryan Gavalier, and Mr. Peter Kent from the Lizard King channel, we are going to be ranking all 19 Black Sabbath albums. Again, if you guys believed and thought that the Pink Floyd album ranking was a long show, this is going to be bloody long. Grab a pillow, grab a blanket, grab a drink, grab some food when you watch this episode on Black Sabbath album rankings, and please enjoy. I want to thank everybody for watching. And again, I want to thank everybody for the support for the channel. It is fun to do. It is hard work, but it is a lot of fun. And again, thank you again for all your support. I will see you soon with another video. Please look after yourselves and one another. I am Armando Venditti signing off. Bye for now.